Only DLCs and online features will be affected by upcoming decommissioning. Current owners of those games will still be able to access, play, or re-download them. Our teams are working with our partners to update this information across all storefronts and are also addressing all available options for players who will be impacted for the game's online services or decommissioned on September 1st. It has always been our intention to do everything in our power to allow those legacy titles to remain available in the best possible conditions, and this is what we're working towards. That actually seems totally reasonable. Misunderstanding, more like they didn't expect the backlash. So you think that they were trying to do... Well, why would they do that, though? Like, I mean, they're not providing any update. It's like if you have Windows 95 right now. Like, if you call Microsoft and you're like, hey, I've got a problem with Windows 95. Outlook 1999 won't load. They're going to be like, well, that's too bad. Like, fucking buy Windows 11, idiot. Please, fucking come out of the Stone Age and buy Windows 11. And so anyway, to not pay Steam or something, licensing or something. Here's the way that I see it. I think if a game is not available, if you are not able to buy a game for real money and you pirate the game, I think that's totally fucking fine. I don't support pirating games that you just choose not to buy. I do not think this is a ethically good thing. If everybody did that, nobody would ever make games because you can't make any games if nobody buys them. Like, it's the same with, like, a fucking music or anything like that. Now, I have to say, I will say this in the context, if you continue to pirate video games because you don't want to spend the money and you like stealing them instead, more power to you. Go ahead, do it as much as you want. I'm not gonna fucking patronize you and proselytize you. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't care. But the only thing that I don't like, this is something I say all the time, I fucking hate whenever people do something and then they're like, oh, well, it's because of the capitalistic society I did. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You just want a free game. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear your fuck. This is not a political statement. This is, you want to play a free fucking game, and that's it. There's no fine print to this. There's no fucking worldview attached to this. Like, you figure this out after the fact, after you've already beat the game. Okay? Yeah, it's a pirate's life. Just fucking steal it and be like, bro, I'm a thief. I stole that shit. I pirated that shit, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. Fuck 'em, dude. Like, if you say that, I'll respect it. But if you go and you try to make out, oh, well, it's because of the microtransactions, and, this company had this one fucking scandal that happened, and also on top of that, I just don't really agree with the way that the world works, and I don't like the capitalist society that we live in, and so I think that, I don't want to participate in it, so I just download the game for... Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. Don't justify it. Just steal it and smile. Never fucking justify it. That's how you go crazy. And so anyway, here's the thing, is if a game is not purchasable for real money and you pirate the game, I don't care. I don't think that's an ethically bad thing at all. Because you can't, there is no potential loss of sale. Like, yeah, there's no, but yeah, like an emulation, yeah, nothing like that. Yeah, they're not selling it, right? They're not selling it. Yeah, if you pirate a game that they're not selling, I don't really care. Like, this is not going to be a big deal to me. I don't think this is really an ethically bad thing. I think that really pirating and, like, buying things, there is a large amount of people that say, like, oh, I wouldn't buy it even if I couldn't pirate it. I think that's true for most people, but at the same time, you can't live in a world where that's the norm. It just would not work. Things would fall apart. So, Muda did a video on pirating video games. What if I buy the game but pirate the DLC? I mean, if it's not available for money, this is the way that I look at it. I view everything through this lens in terms of, like, ethics, okay? If everybody in the world did this, would the world function? Would the system that they exist in function? The reality is that, yes, it would absolutely function. Because you buy the game, you can't buy the DLC, so you pirate it anyway. There is never a loss of sale or a loss of income because it was never available to be income in the first place. It's like modding a video game. If you mod a video game, the publisher doesn't make any more money. It's the same exact thing. So yeah, that's the way that I see it. They would have stopped earning funds from the game, so pirating would be fine. That's game preservation. My understanding is that it's still technically illegal. I looked into this, and they still own the copyright for it. I thought the same thing that you did until I looked into it a little bit farther. That was actually even yesterday. What if there's no demo and you want to try before you buy? Come on, man. Like, listen. If you want to try it before you buy it or whatever, I think, like, you could say that, but I mean, are we really gonna play this game where, like, somebody pirates a video game and they demo it for an hour and then they're like, man, I actually like this game, I'm gonna go buy it, even though I have it for free right now on my computer that I'm playing at this very moment? Are we really going to pretend that we are living in this universe? I've done it before, yeah. I'm sure dozens of people have done it. You're right. I'm sure dozens of people have done that. And I actually did that. No, I don't think it's very common. I think that it's very uncommon. And again, I think that in general, it's like, is that a bad thing? I think that 90% of the people saying that they do that are just saying that because they, you know, it depends on how long you play it, right? I don't know, like, it's much more nuanced, but overall, I think it's about, like, what your intent is and if you do that or not, right? If, like, you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm doing this and I actually buy the games, then, yeah, I think that's not ethically that bad. No, not really. But in general, I do think that most of the people that are saying that's what they're doing are lying. I find that to be incredibly disingenuous. It doesn't make sense to me. And some people buy it after to support. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. A lot of people don't have a lot of money. And, you know, people are going to spend their limited funds and limited money on buying a game they already own. I don't think that's going to happen. Like, yeah, you're not going to convince me with that. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, what if you pirate a game for a remake? I have no idea. Buying after is a support, haha. Yeah, exactly. Multiplayer aspect matters, and that is a good factor, right? Like, you could pirate the like, let's say you pirate the new Call of Duty. You play the campaign, you like the campaign, you like the gameplay, and then you buy the game to play multiplayer. I don't know. I mean, like, that's like, I think that's still unethical to a degree, but it's certainly not as bad. Sure, I would look at that. But Steam has a refund policy. Yeah, but you're probably playing it for like 20 hours. Like, I mean, a 2-hour. Like, I think that if you're playing it inside of, like, we're getting very granular. Like, this is, like, down in the weeds, etc. Look, here's the reality, is that if you are buying a game that if you are pirating a game that you would otherwise buy, then I think this is unethical. It's that simple. There are a million people that try to make a million and fucking excuses of why it's okay to do this. But the reality is that you are taking something that somebody made that they are trying to sell, and you are getting it for free. That's what you're doing. And if everybody did that, they wouldn't be able to make any games. That's the truth. So if you do that, and you say, we love stealing, I love stealing, because I don't have to spend any money, I think to myself, okay, that's where you're at. That's what you want to do. That's what you're going to do. That's totally okay. But all I'm saying is that I don't want to have people sit here and tell me, oh, it's because of this or that. No, you want it for free. That's all there is to it. You want it for free. And that's all there is to it. Are there instances where this is not the case? Yes, but I think that in a general sense, this is what things usually work out. And pirating is a chore now. Yeah, it can be really annoying. I mean, I think that, like, for example, Spotify. Like, I have Spotify. I've been using Spotify for a long time. It's a massive improvement over LimeWire. If you want me to be totally honest, it's a tremendous improvement over LimeWire. So yeah, let me go back over here. And I'll read a few comments about this, and then we'll move on. But either way, about the Ubisoft thing, apparently this isn't really happening, which is great. I'm glad that they either walked it back or this was a misunderstanding. I think that it could very easily be a misunderstanding. Why is it? Because the misunderstanding is profitable. You understand? It is profitable to... Ubisoft has a bad public image, so if you make up something bad, or you interpret something bad from what Ubisoft has done, or you just take what they say in the worst possible way, and that's... the reason I'm saying it that way is because I don't think, like, Young and Upper Echelon are, like, they're not lying, right? It's just that this was not stated clearly, and because people distrust the company, for good reasons in many cases, they assumed the worst. I think that's fair. It's absolutely fair given their reputation. However, it makes sense that people would also do that because it gets more views, right? It does. This is just the truth. Like, I'm sure now there'll be a video of me talking about it, and you know, we'll get paid for that too. But the truth is that it's very important in my mind to call W's and call L's like they are W's and L's, rather than make them up in your mind. So the way that I see this is that if there is a game that is no longer available, you cannot play this game anymore, and you pirate that game, and there is no option to purchase it, I think this is completely morally and ethically okay. Completely okay. I have no reservations about that at all. That's all there is to it. I'll read a few comments, and then we'll move on to the next thing. And I don't care. I don't have money, so I will still pirate games. Hey, there you go. You're not subbed either. How about that? And let's see here. Steal these nuts. Oh, what if you're waiting for the price to decrease? Well, that's fine. I mean, like, yeah, you can, like, what are you saying? You're not buying the game? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's see here. Same if you own a CD, you don't want to buy a game again? Yeah, sure. So if you released a game that you put blood, sweat, and tears into and someone pirates it just because they want to steal it, you'd be cool with it just because they're honest? I don't care about them. I don't give a fuck about them. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. Like, this isn't my problem. Like, it's not my problem. Like, I am very much a realist. Like, I try to be as honest with myself and with reality as possible. The fact is that if you provide something and people can get it for free, they're going to take the free option. That's just the truth. Like, you're not going to, like, hold me morally hostage with this. It's not going to happen. And they wouldn't be your customer anyway? No, I think that absolutely there are people who would be customers who pirate instead. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. Let's see here. I pirated games because of lack of money, but bought games whenever I was able to because I genuinely enjoyed them. Yeah, I think so. Ironically, games that I pre-ordered were unbelievably disappointing. Well, yeah, probably because you had higher expectations for them as well, right? Because you're anticipating them and you're hoping that it's going to be here. And let's see here. The real world's a nice place as long as you're a realist. Yeah, I think so too. It's not that bad. Remember Steal This Album by System of a Down? Vaguely. It was quite a while ago. And let's see here. Funny how chat thinks there's actually a major customer base that pirates games. I think there are a lot of people that pirate games instead of buying them. Absolutely. If you want everyone to pay, just make it require an online connection. No, I mean, like, I don't want that. I mean, fuck that. That sucks. What about for older games that are very expensive now? Would you say those are okay to pirate? Like, yeah, I would say they're okay to pirate in general because the people that made them... I don't know. That's a gray area. I mean, you're gonna make your own decision. Like, I can't give people every, like, cause, like, yeah, the company's not making money from it, but, like, the person who bought it is, and so, like, you're, like, in a way, like, abstractly denying them a sale of, like, a product that they bought legitimately. Like, I don't know. It's a gray area. Just make your own fucking decision. With that, yeah, I'm not gonna go on the record and say either way, okay? It's funny people ask you for permission to pirate. Just do it if you want to. Yeah, exactly. And aren't you opening yourself up for legal shit for this combo? No. What do you mean legal stuff? What, are they gonna arrest me because I say it's not a big deal? I don't give a shit. No, I'm gonna be fine. Yeah, it's okay. The Ubisoft thing was because there's an exploit on Steam where you can buy the game, then refund it, then get the game key. Well, that's obviously bad. There would be a less pirated game if the publisher released a demo. Yeah, I think that releasing demos would be a good idea. But I think people are going to pirate games regardless of a demo or not. I think that they're just going to do it because they can do it for free. And if you can do something for free, you're going to do it for free. It's that simple. What you do if you lost subs through this philosophy? Well, I do. Like, I don't really ask for, like, you guys got to remember, like, I don't have a lot of, like, big alerts. I don't do, like, sub-only chat that much. I don't really do a whole lot. You know, I come on, I put on my show, and if people like it, they watch. and I'll make money through it anyway. Like, I don't need to get people to, you know, spend a bunch of money or give me a bunch of money or whatever. Like, I get ads, we've got sponsorships, etc. I mean, you guys, $5. I mean, I always ask for Twitch Primes because that shit's free. But, like, I'm not asking people to, like, fucking tier 1, tier 3 sub. If you don't have the fucking money for that, you need it more than I do, I guarantee it. But if you want to support the stream, I appreciate it. That's fucking great. And if you have the money, it's okay. But I just don't want to make anybody feel like they have to. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Like, I never do that. Yeah, it's pretty simple. What's this here? If you're broke, then you're pirate. Yeah, exactly. It's just that simple. And what's this here? Show bald for tier 3. Yeah, sure. And what's the rest of these? Do you think a location has anything to do with pirating? Like people in Asia or Europe pirate more often? Yeah, I think so, but it's not because of the location, it's because of the economy. I think the economy is a much bigger factor than the actual geographical location. But yes, I think so. It's kind of like, yes, but no. He's trying to reverse psychology. That's true. Yeah, obviously. And let's see here. Lost Ark today, please. Want to play with you? I might do Lost Ark. So today is reset for Lost Ark. So I might go on my second stream like tonight and do Vicus hard mode. And we'll see what happens, all right? Some people like to pirate when their money's low, then buy the game to show appreciation to the developer. Yeah, if you do that, it's not that big of a deal. But I do think that 90% of the people that are saying that are lying. Anyway, so yes, Ubisoft, you know, lowercase w for them. They walked this back and it's no longer happening. Like, whether this was a misunderstanding or a response to negativity, a PR, I don't really care that much. I'm just glad that this isn't going to be the case. Yes, this is only a lowercase w. It's not an uppercase w. And so I'm glad that, you know, the gaming community has come together and pretty much unanimously dislike this. I think it's a very good thing. And that's it. Let's see what the other stuff is. This, I saw this on the Twitter. Look at this. BMW is now selling a monthly subscription service for heated seats in your car. Monthly fee is $18, annual fee is $180. The car will come with all the necessary components, but payment will be required to remove a software block. Welcome to microtransaction hell. Well, what's this here? It's fake. They made a statement. It's fake? Okay. Let's go ahead and see what the statement is. I'm going to go ahead and look this up myself, because if that is the case, I will look at it right now. BMW heated seats. Okay, let's see if I can find this. No, BMW. Oh, here we go. No, BMW is not making heated seats for a subscription in Korea. BMW will let owners subscribe to options instead of buying them outright. If there's a stop it guaranteed to get rage clicks, it's one about BMW making some of its car options available as a subscription rather than a one-time purchase. Story's doing the rounds again today. And, however, if you read past the headlines and well into the bodies of the articles and find out that actually the automaker has no public plans to bring the subscription model here in the US market and it's happening in South Korea. No, not that it hasn't been tried in the past. 2020, it still had designs around the arena, but as hardware is fitted to every car, if a buyer chose not to tick the box of the purchase, they can try it out as a free month fee. We're not a fan of the microtransaction model of car options, whether it's heated seats or driver convenience features. It's likely the car will be on the road and operational long after the seat needs to authenticate the purchase. Well, so it is true then. Yeah, so it is true. It's just not true in the US. So they are doing this. Yeah, like, why would you... Like, yeah, they're doing it in Korea. What do you think they're gonna do? And like, really? I mean, this is obviously gonna happen in the US as well. It's only in Korea now. Yes, it's only in Korea now. Like, why do you think they're doing it in Korea? It's very simple. It's because obviously, you know, in Korea and China, like, these types of microtransactions are much more common. It's much more commonplace. And what do you think is going to happen? Well, I would say the same thing that's going to happen with the video games, is that it wasn't very commonplace back in the day, and over time they slowly inched it into the games that we have over here too. It's real. Yeah, it's fucking real. Like, this guy's a fucking moron. Why, like, It's just like, I don't think anybody really cares about whether it's in Korea or not, because any reasonable person could easily assume that this is going to happen in America as well. It's optional. You can still buy the heat seaters. It's optional. Well, what do you mean it's optional? It's not as bad as the deal looks like? How is it not as bad? Please explain to me how this is not bad. Yeah, please. You can buy it outright or sub-monthly. Well, what do you mean buy it? So it's an option that's available in the car, but it's intentionally disabled? How does that make it any better? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, why, like, this is the thing. Is that if you are okay with this, I'll tell you guys right now, this is what's gonna happen. Is that if it works with a car seat, it'll work with a radio. That's what it's gonna be. And if you don't stop this shit at the very beginning, it will happen with the radio as well. They will easily do this, because the moment that they realize that they can fucking paywall something, they will paywall everything. You know, like, time to learn how to hack. Yeah, well, you won't need to. I'm sure other people will figure it out for you. And that's it. You just buy a car and have all the amenities right off the bat. Yeah, we will be. This is the thing. Keep that in mind. We will be the boomers, if this keeps going on, in 50 fucking years, that are sitting there like, oh man, I remember back in my day, you just bought a car and it had the radio, you just turned the bitch on. You ain't gotta buy a subscription or nothing. You know, and like, you know, the kids are like, okay, grandpa, yeah, sure. By the way, can I have $35? You know, my subscription on being able to wear my shoes that, you know, like, I have to pay a subscription for my shoes too. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And sub for heated seats, just thinking about it. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. SiriusXM is already a subscription radio, bro. So you just are, you're obviously too stupid for this conversation, so just go lay down. Anyway, what's this here? Days keep going this way. I'm actually happy that I'm handicapped to drive. Shit's getting wild. Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the way that I look at this stuff, all right? Is that I think that anybody who is trying to downplay this, and yeah, it did piss me off that he said that a little bit, because anybody who's trying to downplay this is fucking naive. You are so fucking naive if you think that this is not going to come to the US. Because the moment that at least one of the companies does it, because eventually one of the companies will do it. How do we know that? I'll tell you how we know that. That's how. Right there. That's how. You see this son of a bitch right here? You see this piece of shit? That's what's gonna happen. That's what it's gonna be every time. IE8 is coming for EU2. Inside info. We'll see what's gonna happen. It's been happening for a while with German cars. Well, then why don't you make it fucking illegal? What are you pussies doing? Go to the fucking government and say you can't do this. Tell the government you can fucking regulate this shit. What are you letting them do this shit for? What are you letting them do this shit to you for? These pieces of shit, they've got billions of dollars. You're gonna get finessed by these clowns. Yeah, yeah, what the fuck is this? It's crazy. Tesla have always had paywalls and biggest automobile company in the world. Why are we only caring now? I don't know what Tesla's paywalls are for. I have no idea. So I think this is generally the way that people look at it, right? And I'll draw a distinction with two different things. Is that if the product is a hardware option that is installed into your car, people don't want to have to pay to unlock it. If it is some sort of a service, like for example, how many of you guys have AAA, for example? I think nobody is getting mad that AAA costs money every single year. Well, it's because it's a service. This is a service that they provide to you that is beyond the scope of the car purchase, right? And so this is clearly what the difference is, like OnStar or something like that. Yes, people are fine for paying for access to a recurring service. People are not fine with having to unlock something that is intentionally broken and you have to pay them for the key. That's what the problem is. That's what the obvious difference is. And so if they do this with the radio, they'll do it with the fucking radio. I don't think they'll do it with air conditioning ever because of safety reasons. But I think it's very obvious that they'll do it with something like heated seats or radios or, you know, who the fuck else knows? Like maybe, I have no idea. Like maybe the TVs that are in cars, the way the windows move. I don't know. Like probably not the windows. I'd have to really think about this in specific ways. And what about Sirius Radio? That is the dumbest example that you can ever possibly fucking make. Because Sirius Radio, you are paying for a service. There is not a world where Sirius Radio can exist in a way that people can access it for free and it can make money. This is like, how can you possibly draw a comparison between Sirius Radio and heated seats? They are totally different in every capacity. One is a fucking intangible object, and the other one is in your car. It's just programmed to not work. Yeah, that's all there is. Even regular companies will find a way around it, like Diablo Immortal did. They don't have to. And the only reason why companies find a way around it is because the population's fucking stupid. People get too focused on some social issue and they don't really care about this stuff. I find this to be disgusting. I hope that I hope people are able to push back against it. Toyota uses a subscription to do radio start in their cars. Well, I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand why people put up with it. I really don't. I don't understand at all why people put up with it. It doesn't, yeah, you don't have the brake DLC? I mean, let's have an honest conversation about this, right? They're not going to DLC airbags, seatbelts, fucking probably air conditioning or heating. They're probably not going to DLC braking, being able to brake, or, you know, like, oh, well, you don't have your subscription to ABS, so, you know, your car fucking spun out whenever you went on the brakes. Like, no, that's probably not what's going to happen. But I think there are some of these that will. Was this capitalism going to shit? Nobody's gonna do shit? No, it's so easy to solve this problem. It is literally so easy to solve this problem. You just make the government regulate it. That's it. That's all you have to do. There are a lot of people, though, that have been fucking trained to whenever they hear the word regulation, they freak out. They're, oh my god, the government is gonna fucking, they're gonna ruin everything. Meanwhile, you're on the fucking internet that's regulated. You have a PC that's fucking regulated. The cars are already fucking regulated. You're eating food that's through 5,000 regulations. Drinking soda that's through 10,000 regulations. Everything's fucking regulated, but the moment that something else that is a clear fucking damaging impact on your life asked to maybe get regulated, somehow it's like, oh, well, we can't do that. What are we gonna do? Just regulate everything? Actually, yeah. Yeah, pretty much fucking everything's regulated because that's what happens. Because if you don't do that, the companies are gonna do shit like this. It's crazy. I don't understand it.